crazy news story over the weekend. Let me start breaking it down for you guys. Quote Huffington Post here just to give you the background on it, and then I'll tell you what's actually happening. Washington, D.C. police on Sunday afternoon detained a man armed with an assault rifle at Comet Ping Pong. That's a popular pizza restaurant in a busy neighborhood of the city. Why? Why the hell is this gunman going into a random pizza shop? Maybe it's just, one of, hundreds of gunmen that go into anywhere in the country throughout the year, right? No, it turns out there's something specific here. The restaurant has been the subject of death threats originating from a false right-wing conspiracy theory alleging that Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton and campaign chairman John Podesta ran a child sex trafficking ring in the back of the restaurant. What? Okay, now, a couple of weeks ago, I get all this stuff on social media saying, hey, Cenk, why aren't you investigating Pizzagate? Like, Pizzagate? So, all right, I look into it. And yeah, I know that a lot of the people who sent those messages are right-wingers, but I've got an open mind. Let's find out what Pizzagate is. And they refer to the Podesta emails. I covered the Podesta emails exhaustively. I'm like, I didn't say anything about pizza. So I looked into it and found out what the charges are. Yes, with absolutely no evidence, of course. They allege that this random pizza shop owner in the middle of D.C. is running a child, maybe perhaps satanic, pedophilia ring from the back office of his pizza shop. And it's led by not only John Podesta, the campaign manager for Hillary Clinton, but Hillary Clinton herself. Okay, so there are a number of different people who fed into this. Was it any reporters? No, because they investigated it. Long pieces. They're like, okay, all right. Fact checkers went in, journalists went in. They're like, well, if it's a true story, it'd be a hell of a story, right? Of course there's no child trafficking sex ring back there. Of course it's made up online. I think the whole fake news stuff is overblown. Not this one. This one is super real in terms of the damage that it could have done, as you're about to see in a second, with this the gunman who walked in. So, and it got spread far and wide. They even thought that General Mike Flynn, who is now going to be the national security advisor for Trump, might have tweeted it. I don't think he did. I think there's a good follow-up story saying that he did not, it was not really a tweet about this that he sent. But his son today sent positive tweets about, oh yeah, they should look into Pizzagate. Now don't hold him accountable for what his son did, but there are a lot of people in the right wing who are pushing this insanity, right? So who are the guys who are doing this? Well, it's, to me, as someone who knows the internet a little bit better than the mainstream guys, it seems obvious to me that it's trolls. I don't know if it's 4chan, 8chan, 18chan, whatever it is. See, that's internet savvy, talk about 18chan. Okay. And they're doing it, the minute I saw who the restaurant owner was, it was fairly obvious to me why they're doing it. He used to be a partner of David Brock. Now, David Brock is a guy I don't agree with at all, who ran Correct the Record for Hillary Clinton, and I think he did smear jobs against progressives. David Brock originally was a right-winger who went after the Clintons. He switched over and then became very, very pro-Clinton. But the right wing now hate David Brock for completely different reasons than I disagree with David Brock. And so they probably thought it was funny. Now this guy, the restaurant owner, now has nothing to do with David Brock. I think that they were partners like 5 years ago. So, but they're like, I know the trolls. They like, it's funny, we'll get people to come in and, pour a lot of hate into this guy. No, and here's what a lot of mainstream media doesn't understand. The alt-right and the trolls online, 50% of them are 15 years old. Now, of course, that's not a real stat. Ironic in the middle of a fake news story. So I just want to be super clear about that. But my sense of it is that a lot of these are kids. And you dig just 1 inch deep and you'll find, oh yeah, it's a kid that's thought it would be funny. Like, oh yeah, I'll be a rebel, I'll do this. Oh, we'll pretend it's David Brock's partner who runs a sex ring. And then some of them, though, are real conservatives who get riled up and they're like, oh, God damn it, I knew it. I knew there was a sex ring down in a pizza place. Okay? And now it's all insane and terrible to begin with because they're getting death threats constantly. And they had to bring the FBI in and local police, make sure their protection. Because, every day their lives, their employees' lives are being threatened. The entire neighborhood is being threatened. But now, finally, a guy with a gun walked in. Now it's deadly serious. So it's a guy named Welch, and Huffington Post explains, so Welch wanted to, quote, self-investigate the conspiracy theory known as Pizzagate, police said. Now, of course, he doesn't think it's a conspiracy theory. He thinks it's real. HuffPo clarifies, there is no evidence of the disturbing claim, but it quickly spread through fake news stories on right-wing websites and circulated on social media. Among those tweeting a spurious story alleging Clinton's sex crimes to his more than 100,000 followers was General Mike Flynn, President-elect Donald Trump's appointee for National Security Advisor. Again, there I think that there was an update from the Washington Post where I don't think that's necessarily the case. But the first part of the statement is absolutely right. And they take a lot of these right-wing websites as like they're doing real news. No, just because you call yourself news or the mainstream media is so obsessed with neutrality, unless, of course, a progressive's involved, in which case they hate them no matter what. But they're like, oh, Democrats, Republicans, liberals, conservatives, I'm going to call everything even. So you've got real news sites on the left, and you've got real news sites in the middle, and then you've got fake sites all over the right wing that post nothing but crap, nothing but lies, and the mainstream media goes, oh, we'll call it even. Okay, there's the truth, and then there's lies, so I guess it's even. It's not even. Those sites are toxic. And they don't care about the truth. They certainly don't care about the news. They're not in the news business. They're in the propaganda business. So now a local business owner, Matt Carr, said, quote, one person said he wanted to line us up in front of a firing squad. Then he said, this was our worst fear, that someone would read all this and come to the block with a gun, and today it happened. And let me give you one more quote about Welch. According to the police, Welch was charged with assault with a dangerous weapon. Police recovered 2 guns from the restaurant and an additional weapon from his car. And late breaking news, as before I got on the show, was that he had fired a shot. So somebody could have gotten killed. So yeah, some teenagers online might think it's funny and rebellious to play these jokes on the idiot adults who believe this stuff, but they do. A lot of these people do believe this. And a lot of them have guns, and they, in their crazy mind, remember, if they really believe it, they think that children are being raped in the back of the pizza restaurant. So they're super angry. And they come in with 3 guns, 2 in the restaurant, 1 in the car, ready to take action on it. This is super dangerous stuff. It's not funny anymore. It's not cute. And they hear that and they think, ha ha, it's even funnier. Is it going to be funny when someone dies? What if that shot had hit a kid in the pizza restaurant? Would that have been funny? So I know that a lot of people that start this stuff I hope they don't intend for someone to get hurt. But you have to remember, it's not just your other 15-year-old friends that are reading this. There's a lot of unbalanced people in the country who can't wait to grab their guns and take action on some nonsense fake news story that you invented on the internet. I know that for a lot of the people in the alt-right, that makes them feel so proud. Oh, somebody took action because I made up something. I hope to God you're not proud of this. I don't know if you've got any decency left, but for the people out there peddling this crap, you're gonna get somebody really, really hurt. Don't do it. It's real. It has real consequences. Luckily, no one died in this case. But can you imagine if you work at that pizza shop, you're busting ass, working at whatever wages a server gets, and now you got to be worried for your life. You're a small business owner. You own that restaurant. Now everybody knows that you got these wackos coming in with guns. Are they going to want to go to the restaurant? What are you doing here? This is supposed to be protecting average Americans. Isn't that what Trump said he wanted to do? Protecting small business owners, protecting the truth. Doesn't that mean anything to you guys? And if it doesn't, okay, then you're on that side and you're a terrible, terrible person. But it's incumbent upon the mainstream press, and now they're finally getting around to it, to call it out and say, okay, and fake news is not just memes, and it's not just a couple of trolls online. You've also got to call out the right-wing websites. And if they keep doing this, say, you should never, ever take anything they say seriously because it's poison. In this case, it was almost literal.